How we doing today, guys? Thank you for joining me here at Next Step Solutions. Today we're going to be upgrading a CPU inside of my personal computer. Currently I've got a 3600X from AMD, and today we're going to be upgrading it to a 5600X. So let's get started. So we're going to start off getting that CPU unboxed along with the fan. I think generally the fans come with thermal paste pre-applied, which I didn't know. I was grateful about that because I would have had to go out and get my own thermal paste. Before removing anything from my computer, I first made sure my motherboard was all up to date on firmware updates and BIOS updates. Now it's time to start removing the CPU fan and the old CPU from my motherboard by unscrewing these 4 screws, then disconnecting the CPU fan's power from the motherboard itself. Now that we have that fan removed, we're ready to unlatch our current CPU from the motherboard socket, leaving us just an empty socket ready for our new CPU to be inserted. Let's go ahead and grab our new CPU and locate the indicator on one of the corners of the CPU itself. Then we're going to line that up with the indicator on the CPU socket, and they should match up and allow the CPU to fit nicely into the socket. Being careful not to damage any of the pins, we're going to go ahead and lower that latch so it can be firmly seated into the CPU socket. Once we have our CPU fan installed, we're ready to make sure our system will post or power on self-test. My motherboard has a red light that helps indicate what could be a potential issue if my system fails to post. When I did the post test, I saw that my CPU fan started to spin and it completed the post without any issues. This had me confident that everything was working properly. It did take probably about 2 minutes for the computer to fully boot up, but this is to be expected whenever you're replacing a major piece of hardware such as a CPU. After launching Windows, I checked Task Manager and System Information just to make sure my computer was registering the new CPU, and everything seemed to check out without issue. As always, guys, thank you for joining me here at Next Step Solutions. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for the next video.